The way I see it. This is Ron's wonky perspective on life.
The total and complete meltdown over the Olympics opening ceremony this weekend had me doing a little research on my own. Now, please don't take my next words as my agreement or disagreement with a certain lifestyle. That's definitely not what this is. I read a response about mocking God from a Baptist preacher last night that I thought was applicable to the situation. She provided 4 specific points. 1. People do not need to defend God. People do often feel the need to defend the religious practices they have centered and the ways they have chosen to behave because of what they believe to be true about God. But that is not the same thing as defending God. The accusation that one is mocking God begs questions about what precisely the accuser is defending. 2. Treating an Italian painting of white Jesus as sacrosanct is most certainly honoring something that is not God. The accusation that one is mocking God begs questions about what exactly the accuser is honoring. 3. A depiction of Jesus welcoming table guests that others shun is biblical. The accusation that one is mocking God begs questions about which gospels the accuser is reading. 4. Mocking God is a mean-spirited critique. The accusation that one is mocking God begs questions about the intention of the accuser. But more than any of this, the fact that American Christians so wildly missed the celebration of the Greek gods is stunningly and embarrassingly a result of the anti-intellectual tragedy into which the far right has invited evangelical Christians. Listen, there is no harm in not already knowing something. It is okay to not readily recognize the Feast of Dionysus. I didn't, but the Greek gods are at the heart of the history of the Olympics, and the opening ceremony in Paris was about things deeply rooted in French culture and in Olympic history. Artwork from the Louvre was highlighted, and though there are depictions of the Last Supper in the Louvre, the particular painting in question is not at the Louvre because it is in a church in Italy. It has nothing to do with France or the Olympics, and it would have been wildly off topic. It makes much more sense for the body scene in question to be a depiction of the Feast of Dionysus. I've now seen it. It makes sense. It's time we stop spending energy being angry about the opening ceremony mocking God. That's not what that was. I've seen people asking about the apology from the IFC, and I'd like to encourage us all to read what it said. I respect any apology for unintended harm. I respect an apology for something that caused a response they didn't expect. In my reading, I haven't found the apology to say that the committee or the artist described the show as a parody. I do see news reports describing that this belief is what people were angry about, and that is different. And so, for all of us, here is a photo of Banquet of the Gods by Carl Bellozio. Seems a bit more familiar to the situation, right? I'm Ron Phillips, and that's the way I see it.
The way I see it is only on the DailyMojo.com.